Extra Lesson Number 1. Rachel Carson's book, Silent Spring, is an explanation of the harm done to nature by the widespread use of chemicals. The book begins with a chapter that describes a town somewhere in the heart of America, where birds have disappeared from the trees and fish from the rivers, where mysterious diseases kill farm animals, where doctors are puzzled by unknown sicknesses affecting farmers and townspeople, where children die suddenly. Everywhere, a white powder can be seen on the roofs of houses, on lawns, and on the banks of streams. Having shocked her readers with this scene, Rachel Carson explains that it is not completely a reality. She knows of no town where all these things have happened, but the situation she describes is nonetheless of serious concern. Birds have indeed disappeared for miles around areas sprayed with certain chemicals. Fish have died by the thousands in polluted rivers. The death of horses has been reported, and even the death of people who have breathed chemicals meant to protect them from insects, mice, and other pests. The rest of the book is a detailed study of the effects of harmful chemicals commonly used for spraying farms and even residential communities. Until the publication of Silent Spring, chemicals had been used enthusiastically by farmers to protect their crops and trees, by developers of new houses to get rid of mosquitoes, and by communities to attract tourists. The spraying, usually done by airplanes, was thought to be good for the farms and the well-being of people. It was well known that the chemicals were allowing better harvests, and also that they helped in controlling diseases by killing creatures likely to spread them. In addition, few people had thought about the fact that a spray that kills mosquitoes and other insects will also kill other species, such as birds that eat the insects, and that such a spray could hardly be healthy for larger animals, including humans, who breathe the polluted air and eat the poisoned flesh. Nor did people know that some harmful chemicals last for many years in soil and water and spread almost uncontrollably. Harmful chemicals have been found in the bodies of people who live far away from the areas sprayed. Few people understood that all the elements of nature, water, plants, animal life, are bound together, and that something that affects one also affects the others. With Silent Spring, Rachel Carson introduced her readers to this concept of ecology, the connection of all living things. Carson's book, written in her clear style, became an immediate bestseller throughout the world, translated into 32 languages, but as Carson herself expected, it was attacked by the manufacturers of chemicals and also by some scientists who did not share her beliefs. The book's critics, ignoring the careful conclusions Carson had drawn, claimed that without chemicals, the production of food could not be maintained at needed levels. Rachel Carson, in response, patiently repeated the point she had tried to make clear in the final chapter of her book. She was in favor of the selective and intelligent use of chemicals, she said. It was the heavy use of chemicals without thinking about their effects that she opposed. The controversy that surrounded Carson's book helped it to make a difference. U.S. President John F. Kennedy formed a special committee of scientists to examine the effects of chemical spraying, and in 1963, the committee warned the public of the dangers of these chemicals. Existing laws on the use of chemicals in farming were made stronger, and limits were put on the amount of some chemicals allowed in food products. Sweden was the first country to ban altogether certain kinds of chemicals. In many countries, new research was begun to find less harmful alternatives to the most dangerous chemicals. Even though chemicals are still used to control pests, all nations are now aware of their harmful effects and their danger to the balance of nature. Governments and farmers alike have been alerted, citizens groups have been formed, and greater caution is exercised. Rachel Carson herself had said that she did not think one book could bring such great improvements, but Silent Spring, without doubt, played a major role in a process that has made the world a safer place.